What is good, everybody? I am back with a brand new video, and today we are at Monroe Community Park and we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Bender. Today we are going to be putting it up and comparing it to the Halo Mako3. Right when I picked up the Bender, it immediately reminded me of a Mako3. The flight numbers are very similar. The Mako has a 4 glide while the Bender has a 6 glide. So we're going to be able to see, is it really that glidey? And kind of compare these out. Let's hop right into it. We have hole 1 here, 209 feet, quite a ways uphill. We're gonna start out with the Bender. Oh, did a nice little route. I thought that was gonna get a forward skip up the hill. Now we got that Mako3. Those both came up quite a bit short. Must be that 8 in the morning first throws, but overall we'll have a look, we'll have a putt. Let's go! Basically have the same opportunity with the Mako3. Bender with the early lead. Nice little jump putt. Let's do it. Now, if you've seen my review of the Mako3, you should know it's one of the most comfortable mid-ranges in my opinion, but the Bender is right there with it, and I think I like this plastic almost equally or better than the Halo plastic, which is pretty crazy because I pretty much only bag Halo. Very gummy, very tacky, and overall it just feels really good in the hand. The mold itself, just honestly, A+. We got hole 2 here, 186 feet. You have to hit this hyzer gap, or you can kind of go dead straight at it. We're gonna go for that hyzer gap. It's a bit safer, and overall I think I should be able to get these mids there. That one kind of got caught up. I threw it a bit too high. Much better. Go. The Mako was a beautiful shot. -1 to -1. Moving on. So far they are flying really similar. The Mako3 has a bit more of a dome top to it. Not saying it's super domey, but definitely more of a pop top there. Versus the Bender is pretty much board flat. I mean, honestly, it's super flat. 100% the Bender is a lot more flatter. Just feels overall nicer in the hand. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the bottom of the Mako's rim is a little bit more sharp than the Bender, so it just feels better in the hand overall. Nice and rounded, where it just fits perfect in the hand. We have hole 3 here, 211 feet. Pretty much a perfect shot for these if we don't go long, but we have to hit an initial gap here and just a slight fade to the left. Get lucky. Barely snuck through there. It's gonna be way down the hill left, but it should give us hopefully a putt if it's not too far in the woods. Threw it too low, got through, just honestly throwing poorly. I guess if I continue to throw shots like that, you're not gonna be able to see the true flight, but maybe we can make some highlight putts. That's what it sets us up for. Gotta give it a chance first. Yeah, these two discs are going hand in hand right now. If I shank the Mako, I throw a decent shot with the Bender, still get a birdie, moving on. Both of these discs just seem like they're so easy to be thrown. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort to get them going straight, which is always nice for control, especially control. Hole 4, 170 feet. This one is pretty much a must for both of these. It's just looking right at you. Short, a little bit short. I'm trying a new thing where like I can actually look at the target while I'm throwing a backhand if it's only like 170 feet per se. That one went about 150 feet, so maybe a little bit more power on this when we get it there. Go. That one came up pretty much in the same spot. They're just hyzering out a little too quickly for me. At only 170 feet, you can't throw them too hard, otherwise they're just gonna blast past the basket. But if you're throwing them too soft with not enough ante, they're just gonna fade out on you. There we go. We're honestly just putting really well today. So basically that means my new putters are the Bender and the Mako3. Hole 5 is going to be kind of a tough one to film. It goes down and slightly bends to the right. It's 234 feet downhill. So if we can throw a straight shot that doesn't fade out too much, we should be in a pretty good position. That was really bad. A chance for the Mako. Horrible shots, but kind of have to see the ups and downs of the vlog, and that is a down. There's a really good chance that I bogey from here. And there is the Mako. Once again, a terrible shot. If we could save par, I mean, I'll be happy, but here goes nothing. Oh wow, that was actually really good. I did not think that was gonna happen. Didn't even give it a chance. A bogey for the Mindbender, par for the Mako. We are moving on. Hole 6 is 342 feet up this giant hill. I can't even get a driver there, so par is definitely the play, unless we can throw one in. Funny enough, I threw those in the same exact spot, but 100% did not throw them high enough for them to actually travel, which is pretty embarrassing. Yeah, that's really nice for those Annie shots. I love how it pushes. Beautifully executed, unlike the drives. So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. As you can see by those two clips, those discs literally went like the same exact distance. Maybe if I got the Mindbender up a little bit higher, we could have really seen that glide. See if it would have taken it a little bit further than the Mako, but poorly thrown shots don't get rewarded. Hole 7 is gonna take a nice little rip to get these mids there for me. 345 feet, dead straight. I might try to put a little bit of Anheuser on these to see if we can get them to travel a little bit further. But overall, should be a pretty good hole just to throw a nice straightish shot with these. Holy shit, I just shanked that. For the sake of this video and this video only, I'm gonna re-throw the Mindbender just for the sake of this video. I completely shanked it, but it just kept on going. It was on 8's fairway, like on the back side of 8's fairway. Let's try to put this one in our fairway. I mean, I don't want to be a sucker for flight numbers. I really don't want to be a sucker for flight numbers because I don't really pay that much attention to them other than to tell me if the disc is stable or not. I didn't throw that very hard. Didn't get to the basket, but I didn't throw it very hard and it just kept going. And the shank job, I was like praying for it to stop and it just kept going. I don't know, very easy disc to throw. But so is that. These are so close. In my opinion, these are really close. I don't want to confuse you because this is just my opinion and how I'm throwing them today, but they just seem awfully close to one another. The Mako is easy to throw. It's still glidey. I don't think it just like dumps out. I think the comfort of the Mindbender is better, and I think the overall disc feel, like how flat it is, feels better than the Mako3, but they are flying pretty similar for me. I actually put the Mako on a little bit of Annie that time and it flew dead straight. The Mindbender I threw kind of flat. Didn't get it to really turn. It just felt like it was just kind of going forever. Even though it came up short of the basket, just didn't throw it that hard. Okay, I gave that a run for the sake of the video. We might have bogeyed it, but we're gonna do the same for this. Of course, it sat. That is 100% unfair for me to do to the Mindbender. I enjoy throwing it, but I'm not doing it any justice today. Do you guys ever have a disc that you like throwing, like you love the feel, you like throwing it, but sometimes you just throw it poorly? Because that's how I'm kind of feeling today with the Mindbender versus the Mako. I mean, I've had some shank jobs with the Mako3 too, but on to hole 8, which is probably the hardest hole we will see today. 268 feet. Got to hit this gap. If you can get remotely down there, especially with some mids, be doing okay. I hope the camera picked that up. I just got the luckiest gap. I mean, I saw the 10-foot wide gap and I decided to go for the 3-foot wide gap. Sometimes luck is better than skill. Once again, another poor throw. You know, if there's anything else you guys want to see on this channel and it happens to be better throws, please just bypass that suggestion. Seriously, if you guys do like the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're getting awfully close to 2,000, which is pretty nuts. I want to say thank you guys for the support, and if there are suggestions for videos, you know, I'm not rich, I can't buy every single disc out there, but I do have quite a few discs, and if I can make it happen, I will. So any suggestions in the comment section would be awesome. Got a long look for the Mindbender. I really want to put this one in. It would definitely be a feel-good birdie with the Mindbender. Oh, come on. Not really what I'm looking for, but I think I've gotten like 3 pars in a row, which is unfortunate. Well, that would have really helped the Mindbender, at least in this challenge. I mean, it's my fault, let's be honest, but we are on to hole 9, 230 foot downhill. With these 2 discs, I'm gonna have to try to put something pretty soft on Annie and let it glide down the hill. That has to be where that disc shines. I mean, it's called the Mindbender. Bending lines, bending, peering lines, I don't know, but I love that shot for that disc. The little Annie, it's the reason I like the Mako3 so much, is because the same little Annie touch shot that just kind of keeps riding that line. What's it? Ah! This is kind of what happens in disc golf. You talk a disc up, you say that's why you really love that disc, then you hit first available. Get out of it, get out of it, get out of it, get out of it. Okay, I underestimated the stability. I thought if I just kind of little touch shot, it would kind of come out. Didn't really. Still managed par, but as you can see, the Mindbender absolutely parked in comparison. That is going to do it for this video. The Mindbender ended with a birdie, which is a good sign. Overall thoughts of the Mindbender is I just like the feel overall better than the Mako. As far as the flight, I think it flew very similar to the Mako3. I feel like the Anheuser lines are pretty much gold with it because it does have that glidiness where it just kind of stays on that line. As far as do I think it's like a whole lot more glidey than the Mako? It's kind of up in the air. The one that I shanked over there on like 6, I don't even know what hole that was, you could tell how much it just kind of kept going. I don't know if the camera could catch it, but I was like, okay, please stop. And it ended up on the other side of the fairway. I wasn't necessarily throwing it any further than the Mako3, and in fact, I probably in all threw the Mako3 further than I threw the Mindbender today, but very close distances. Anyway guys, that is my Mindbender versus Mako3 challenge. If you like the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go follow ChasinChains_ on Instagram where I post there daily, and we will see you in the next one.